Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. We're underway then for this afternoon session and the third practice is go here. And the green light is on at the end of the pit lane. And the riders can now make their way out onto the circuit. This is free practice 3 here at Phillip Island. Welcome to everybody watching on JB Motorsports and on JB Motorsports 2. What a fantastic, interesting session we are about to have. Hopefully we'll just get our systems set up shortly, and then we can all say hello to each other as well as the cameras get put into position. It's always hard to tell where's where on these things, isn't it? Good morning, everybody. Well, what an interesting run we have got here at Phillip Island. Conditions are superb. Blue skies out here as well on the track. Temperatures looking high as the riders head out there. We're looking quickly at Andrea Locatelli, the 29-year-old, circulating out on the track. And it all looks absolutely splendid. That's always a nice positive aspect to take a look at as they head over the top of Lukey Heights down in towards turn number 10. Well, good afternoon. Well, what an interesting... We've got 20 minutes of the third practice session. Then we have a little gap. Then it's all go again for this afternoon's Super Pole session. And race 1 of the World Superbike 2026 campaign comes your way at 6 o'clock this evening. That is going to be the main exciting part. So that is 5 a.m. I believe in the UK. And that is going to be quite exciting runs. Hello as well to Plug, who's watching on. Hello everybody who's tuned in for this session as well. Hopefully we're going to be in for a smooth, calm run. We're in the commentary box, so no need to use the virtual background that you saw at the beginning of the show. Do you like it? For when we're not in the commentary box this year, there's a new virtual background to be added in. Here's Miguel Oliveira in the BMW squad, replacing Toprak Razgatlioglu as well out there. We're not going to have Toprak. He's gone over to MotoGP. Even Michael van der Mark has been replaced by Danny Petrucci. So Petrucci leaving the BMW, going to BMW, leaving the Ducati squad. As the Andrew Pitt, Miguel Oliveira's crew chief. Wonderful last name to work in motorsport, by the way. It's Pitt as in Brad Pitt, P-I-T-T on the board. Morning, Omi. Hello, Omi. Tuning in. So, all good so far then here. We are on the backup commentary systems, by the way, so that's why things may look slightly different as we get started out here. With 16 minutes to go, Xavi Vierge through turn 2 at the southern loop. Through then Stoner Corner and down towards turn 4, which is the Miller hairpin. There's Tom O'Kane, Xavi Vierge's crew chief, watching on. Got a good start so far on the front there to push in together. Daniel Petrucci's first fastest time, though. He's over the board. And this is going to be the thick and fast. It's a Sam Lowe's now on a 128.742. Bassani is on a 128.806. Petrucci, 120. Oh, hang on. Bruniger now third. 129.0 is on the board. Timing's in sync with our TV pictures for the first time. I don't remember that happening before on the front. But Bruniger still up there, third fastest. Aiki Lukino in 6th place as well. Garrett Gerloff improving up into 5th. Stefano Manzi going into 13th. Tant McKenzie. Big shoot up there for Tant McKenzie going into 10th position. 130.164. Here's Sam Lowe's over the top of Lukey Heights. Drops down the hill. Trying to come into turn at number 10. Final 2 corners 11 and 12 coming up. We've lost our rider tracker once again. That's a surprise. It was working a second ago at the start of the session. Hopefully it comes back to us. But that was working, then it disappeared. So, Sam Lowe's over the line now, and it's a 128.722. Axel Bassani is that fastest time, I should point out. So, Bassani now goes to the top on the 47. Sam Lowe's in 2nd place then as they try and cut back in. Look at Nicolo Bulliger Fastest in the third sector as well by 0.019 of a second. So he's got some deltas to try and improve upon. The 31 has been off at turn 4 and rejoined. Just going to try again with our rider tracker, see if that comes back. So the 31 off track at turn 4 and rejoined on the asphalt. Aiki Lukanoa moves up into 6th position, 129.385. Nicolo Bulliger is top, 128.638. So Bulliger has managed to find a decent time at the top of the field. That's always a positive. We were worried that he might not actually have one. As they continue running around then. As Bautista 4th fastest. Taking a look now at Bulliger. Really trying to hug that inside line. Coming into the southern loop. Into now, this is Bautista on the 19. We pick up with. He's at the last corner. That's a very weird camera cut there. Over the line comes Bautista, P9 to P4, 129.335. Baltazari's gone up into 10th place, 129.717. Off the circuit has gone the 13, rejoined on track surface as well. That is Racio, who's gone off at the Miller hairpin. They're all running quite packed in together as well. It's not like what we saw in practice 1 or 2 yesterday. Or if you're watching in the UK, earlier on today, but 3 practice sessions happening within the space of 24 hours. In fact, practice 1 and practice 3 are separated by 23 hours in total. Not that long at all to get everything sort of shoved in. It makes your head dizzy trying to work out Phillip Island times, honestly. It's one of those little features as Garrett Gerloff goes into 4th place, 128.743. Verhey in 12th, 129.730. Oliveira 15th, 129.939. Manzi 130.424. So he's improving a lot. Garrett Gerloff's 4th place time. That was a mighty good effort from him. As we cut over the line now, Gerloff still P4 as I said, but Verhey in 12th. Oliveira 15th fastest as well, 129.3939. Less than 12 minutes to go. 8 minutes in to this session. Let's say good afternoon quickly to our colleagues down on the World Feed.
They did a good documentary about it actually over the course of the winter. So if you check that out, you're able to see the story behind it, and Marconi and everyone else able to explain the reasons to go racing for a brand like Bimota. And now they need to just have that success. But they can win races for sure this year. And I think that's the good thing right now, because Bulliger is obviously the prohibitive title favourite and expected to go out and win every race and dominate the series. It never plays out that way, but it could play out a little bit like Alvaro Bautista a few years ago. You win it almost, 2/3 of the race wins or 3/4 of the wins, but everyone else picks up a few wins here and there. And when Bulliger doesn't have that chance to win, that's where it comes down to, can it be like Locatelli at Assen last year? Or can Bautista step up? Can Iker Lecuona, that we can see here on the number 7 bike, can he step up as well? And a few other manufacturers like Bimota, they'll know that they'll have an opportunity.
And there was speaking to Marco Zambenedetti as well yesterday down in pit lane, the technical coordinator for Ducati Corse. Of course, this is a new bike coming into 2026 for Ducati, obviously inspired by previous iterations of the bike, but it is a new package, and it did seem from my impression from speaking to him as well is that very much the let's say weakness, or the very least biggest question mark right now, is that being a new bike, you don't know how it's going to operate when there are certain changes potentially concerning the engine or considering fuel flow. There's a lot of information which they still don't have, which will affect the technical side of things, and which could prove to be challenging at certain points of the championship for Bulliger as well as the rest of the Ducati riders.
Yeah.
Bulliger's got a real challenge on him this weekend. If that bike is not working 100% yet with technical challenges, it's not so much to have that problem here in Australia. It's more when we're going to hit the European circuits, because they're going to come thick and fast as soon as we hit there. Australia is sort of the standalone event, and he's always been fast here, and he's won 3 races last year. So he's fastest now, like as you can see, on the board, and he's going to improve his time again as he comes out of the last corner and over the line down the Gardner Straight. It's a 128.302, so a much faster that time. It's an Italian 1-2 as things stand. Bulliger ahead of Axel Bassani. Sam Lowe is running in 3rd position, so the Bit Motor is still 2nd and 3rd. He was 3/10 faster than his own best time last time round. He's 6/10 clear to Pisani. Bullock's absolutely flying out there. That's going to be the morning session then as we continue in. 8 minutes and 52 to go. Still not got no rider tracker at the moment. Hopefully that returns to us shortly here. But we have our live timings, and that is always the best over the two. There's Miguel Oliveira, lap 1 run, 40.9. Then we get into it with a 30.9, 30.5, 30.0, 29.9. He's just been getting faster and faster and faster on that BMW bike. So remarkably good. Pushing hard and pushing harder in that BMW squad. He knows exactly what he's got left underneath him. He also knows exactly what he needs to do because this weekend, historically, BMW don't go well at this circuit. Top Rack, certainly last year, of course, just had a weekend from hell and had to fight back in the championship. Bullock walked away with it. That's another thing. You allow Bullock to take all 3 races this weekend, is what we were expecting. The championship is going to be very, very hard to claw back to. You need to be consistent. You need to be in second and thirds. You need to be battling for race wins, and I don't think anybody at the moment's got that. Nicolo Bullock at the moment could be in for a very interesting day if he can sweep race 1 coming your way in a couple of hours' time here on JB Motorsports. Reminder, it's practice sessions on JB Motorsports 2. Super Pole and the racing action is on JB Motorsports, and we'll be back. So the remaining weekend goes with Super Pole and race 1 on JB Motorsports, warm up on JB Motorsports 2, and the Super Pole race and race 2 live here on JB Motorsports as well. So we're currently on JB2. We will be switching broadcasts for the Super Pole session if you're watching us live, as we take a look down at the Miller hairpin where the long lap penalty loop is ready for later on as well. So far, so good between everybody, and it's a good run so far. There's Garrett Gerloff. He's running in 4th position on a 128.4 as he closes in. Yeah, it's a for Garrett Gerloff, 128.743. He's a thousandth of a second quick off the pace of Alex Lowe's, who's running in 3rd, and that was him down in turn 4 running wide. I thought we saw somebody run off. Not many out there on the track at the moment. It's 6.5 minutes to go. Thought there'd be a little bit more of a push overall, but sadly no. Surprising, actually, that. I expected a lot more intrigue between the two. Still, I suppose that's the way it goes. As we take a look now on board, just trying to hug the inside lines. This is a replay. Back live now with Avio Bautista. 0.2 down in the first sector, 0.4 down in the second sector. Over the top of Lukey Heights, drops downhill, 0.6 of a second difference as he takes that inside line, just slowly opening back up the throttle through 10, 11 and 12. What have you got then? Trying to hug that inside line, coming to the last corner. I can see where all of the grip has been laid down. Over the line then from Bautista. Is it a fastest? It is from 7th place up to 5th position. 129.058. So he's 7.5 tenths down, but it is a new personal best lap with 5:45 left on the board at the moment.
Success he's had in the past. Whenever he's worked with riders, he finished 3rd in the world with Alex Lowe's best season. He finished 3rd in the world with Michael Van der Mark's best season. When he worked with Andrea Locatelli, he had Locatelli's best season up to that point as well. Obviously, Locke, a race winner last year, is a little bit different. But all of those riders elevated their performance because you feel 10 feet tall whenever you're working with Andrew Pitt. And that's the key. Pitty knows that all that matters for the team is what the rider feels and what the rider can do out there. So I'm sure that there's times whenever Pitty can be difficult for some of the team to work with, but as long as he's not difficult for the rider to work with, that's where you get the results, and that's what makes everyone happy at the end of the day.
Exactly, it's always conditional on the results. If the results eventually come to the team, then whatever happens behind the scenes, or however hard it can be at the very least in these stages, it will be considered to be worth it within the team once they actually get to that point.
It's good to be able to see Taz McKenzie there on the number 95 machine and running inside the top 10 in this session, and on the combined times everyone's making their step forward from yesterday, but Taz with that change to that bike. For the first time, he's here at Phillip Island with a package that can actually be competitive.
Yeah, and Taz McKenzie, slightly anonymous, I say, on the timing sheets compared to the other Ducatis in particular. There was a bit of a gap between himself and the rest. Yesterday he was 13th on the combined timing sheets. But when you look at it really into the detail, it's 2 to 3 tenths of a second for compared to the likes of Baldassarri, compared to the likes of Jari Montella, and with a team as well, who they're entering their second year, working with Ducati, of course, Motocross Go 11. They've been with the Bologna brand for quite a long time. For MGM, it is still very new in terms of establishing those relationships as well. Last year was a very complicated season with the departure of Scott Rowley halfway through. They didn't really start the project in the correct way. So it seems like with Taz McKenzie this year, it will be a case of closing that gap very progressively, let's say, and getting that small bit of experience compared to the rest of the teams.
Baldassarri moves up into 10th position now as well on a 1:29.339. So getting quicker. And that Ducati Panigale V4R is going to be put to good use on the current runs as well. Here is Baldassarri. Wonderful yellow and white livery here on the bike. It really pops nicely. It's going to be easy to see where he's going to be in the race start later on. Got Superpole coming up a bit later. Bautista, 6th fastest at the moment. Going to come over the line. Does he improve up the order? Stays 6th, improves time, not position. It's a 1:28.838 of a second as things currently stand. Bulliger, though, look at him. First sector and second sector, 0.0. So he's matching what his best time is. What, 50, what is that, 13? No, I can't quite see on the monitor what the difference is between the two. In 2025, Bulliger did in a 1:28.824. He's currently got at the moment a 1:28.273. So already Bulliger is faster than his time last year. Thank you very much to Who's the Bester, who's put that into the JBMotorsports YouTube chat. Over the line comes Bulliger this time by. Is it a faster lap time than what he's done earlier on? It's a 1:28.316. He's 43,000 slower than his own best time. Oliveira moving up. Tant McKenzie, P8, 1:28.922. Baldassarri in there now moves up, 1:29.040. And look at that from Sam Lowes, up into second position, 1:28.575, 0.302 off the pace of Bulliger. That's more like it from Sam. That is actually a lot more oomph underneath him. Oh, fingers crossed that we're going to be in for a good session. Honestly, we need a good session from him to sort of push it all back in. Sam to be close to Nicolo as a championship battle would be quite entertaining. Sam's got the pace. He was nearly Moto2 world champion, of course, let's not forget. If not for a small off. Lucano in 6th, 1:28.761. Yeah, Sam had a broken wrist in the last round and he crashed out of Portimao and lost the championship in Moto2. Moto3 championship was also decided that weekend as well, but in a horrific, fiery accident. That was all back away in the COVID days, coming into it. Still a lot of push then with 45 seconds to go this one. And hopefully they're all going to hold on nicely as the qualifying session continue. We'll get ready for later. Our super pole. Just holding the nerve, holding the grip so much. Hopefully they keep their pace and they keep their distance. Checkered flag is out, session is over. So hopefully we're going to have a nice smooth end to this one. Bassani at 1:28.745. He runs in 3rd position. Sam Lowes 1:28.718. He stays there. Checkered flag now comes out. Come on, what have you got? What battle do you want to gripe with at the moment then? As he tries to hug through on the inside lines. Cautiously, wildly, accelerating. That's the top two at the moment as they try to battle. More power, more energy, more emphasis. But I don't think we're going to see many improvements this time by, unfortunately. I think we are all done out as the action comes in here at Phillip Island. Bullock 124 over the line. And there's Chavi Vieje. Does he improve up? Vieje time, not position. 129.181. I think everybody's completed their run. Hopefully our rider tracker stays for the race later on, because it was working at the start of this session, just like it was earlier. Sort of been getting very unlucky, haven't we? So just a reminder, we're going to be moving to JB Motorsports 1:55 a.m. for all the action from the Super Pole session. It's in around about 2 hours' time. You'll be redirected on the stream automatically. Checkered flags out. Everyone's taken it. Nicolo Bulloga ends the session fastest from Sam Lowe's, Axel Pisani, Alex Lowe's, Garrett Gerloff, Luca Noah, Montella, Bautista, Petrucci, and Oliveira has the top 10. Then Mackenzie, Baltazzari, Vieje, Sura, Vickers, Locatelli, Gardner, Manzi, Sofagulu, Nakashima down in 20th position as well. 21st for Horacio as well on the monitor. Well, checkered flag, session done. Thank you everybody for joining us on JB2. We will be back on JB Motorsports for the Super Pole session coming your way in a few hours' time. Join us then. Take care. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.